Hello, everybody. Today we're going to go over how to draw a face. Now, we're going to kind of go through this a little bit different. We're going to actually look at each part of the face, and then we're going to put it all together, okay? So first thing I want to kind of go over is the face shape, okay? Just so you guys know, for the most part, the face is kind of like an egg, but the bottom, the jawline, is a little different on each person, okay? So as we can kind of see, I'm going to go through each one of these and then we're going to draw them. You can kind of see like this one right here has like a soft one, okay? Where this girl, hers is a little wider. Where this guy, it's a soft chin and it's more rounded, and this guy is very like sharp in how his face is, okay? So let's go through as we can kind of see how this how the head is designed, okay, and drawn. That's how we're going to do this. Now the first thing I want you to know, write this at the top, light to right. Okay, so we're going to go lightly and then get it to the right. Okay, light to right. All right, so every head is going to start off with being a circle. Okay, so what we're going to do is, by the way, with the hair, you don't want to make the circle over the hair because the hair is actually fluffy. It kind of sits on top of the head. As you can kind of see, this one right here, it's fluffy. It's not going to necessarily be, the whole head. So here we go. So let's do this woman here. Probably can see it. There you go. It's a little metallic. I'm going to go around her nose. Okay, so we have there. Now, we kind of already outlined her jawline, but if you notice, it just curves up. Okay, so when we draw it, and we're going to draw it lightly, and I'm going to explain after I draw it why we do it this way. Okay, so draw a circle, and how you draw your circle is up to you. Okay, I'm going to put a line down the center very lightly. This is still all very lightly. Okay, reason I'm putting the line down the center, okay, is to help me figure out, make it proportional, okay, make it similar. So I'm going to go down, and I'm going to do the angle. Just copy this angle that's right there, and go up, and go up. Okay, so far so good. Now we also want to put in the neck. All right. Now most necks don't come straight down. All right, but they actually curve to the side. So let's look at this one. So we're going to imagine like, okay, her ears are here, but they're slightly in. So ears slightly in. Come down, curve out. Beautiful. Ear slightly in. Beautiful. Ear slightly in and out. Perfect. Now, in order to have this more solid, more like this is the shape that I want, I'm going to go a little bit darker. I'm going to retrace some of my lines, okay? So I'm going to go in, trace a little bit darker. Now watch when I take my eraser. When I erase my stuff, my dark lines will stay, but my light lines will disappear. Okay, that's why I'm highly suggesting that you go ahead and do this really light. Okay, so let's now work on the next one. So this is what we're going to be doing with each one, all right? So let's go with this girl next. Remember that when you draw the circle, it's not necessarily around her hair, although her hair is kind of flat to her head. Okay, we're going to go up, around, under the nose, and around. Okay, here we have a soft curve and up, soft and curve and up. Let's go over here. Remember, we're going to do light to right. So we're going to go light. And people, I bet you're asking, what if I draw a little smaller? It's fine, as long as you have the same shape. Okay, so we're going to put that line down. Okay. Now, why am I putting this one on a curve? Well, let's look at this one. If I went down here, okay? And I drew it. Notice how her head is actually a little tilted because this is the center and this is the center right here. And it's a little bit to the side. So we're going to put it a little bit to the side. Okay. All right. So let's go in and put in her chin. It's a little bit lower, not as dramatic as this one. Okay. Over and here we go. Now, why would this be a little bit rounder here? Well, she is younger, okay? And as you get older, your jawline doesn't necessarily change, but the muscles in your cheeks do. Okay? So there we go. Let's look at this now. Her shoulders are hard to tell where they are, okay? So we're going to kind of like fake it a little bit. So we have here, goes down right in here and comes out. Okay, and I'm assuming, just based on this one, that we're going to go in the ear and probably come down because she's kind of tilted. All right, so let's go through. We're going to really darken this a little bit. Okay, and we're going to erase the light. There we go. Beautiful, and it doesn't have to be perfect because this honestly is just a practice. Okay, on to this guy. And by the way, I don't have names for them, so if you want to, give them a name, this could be Tom. Tom looks good. All right, so let's go through. His hair is a little fluffy, goes right under the nose. His is more rounded, even on the sides. Okay, let's see, where is this line? Is he looking straight? Nope, you can kind of tell that it's a little crooked. All right. All right, so let's put that a little crooked. There we kind of are. All right, get his chin in. As I said, it's a little bit more rounded. Okay, ear, slightly in. All right, and it curves out. This one's a little bit more dramatic, so it's really in and comes down. All right. Ooh, I think mine is a little bit more off center than before, or a little bit crooked, but it's okay. All right. There we are. All right, so let's go to the next guy, the last guy, okay? His is, yes, pretty much, he is straight through. All right, beautiful. Let's go ahead and put in our circle. Imagine. Now, his jawline is very sharp, okay? There we are. Put this line in. Now, some people are probably like, well, how do you know how much of a line to put here? Okay, so this is like a kind of like a rule of thumb, okay? If you can put like uh, when you put your circle, okay, where the eyebrows are, you see that space? You're just going to drop that down. So we have here, so we can kind of measure it here, and it drops down. So with your circle, when you have it here, imagine eyebrows to nose, drop it down, you kind of have it there. So the eyebrows to nose would be right here in my circle, here, drop it down, right there. That's where it would be. All right. Let's put in this guy's. There we go. His is he's got his body switched, so it's like here, and then he has it come out this way. Ooh, that's fancy. Okay. Yeah, if you put in the clothes, this would come down here and here. So look at that. It's already looking like a person. Okay. It's looking like a guy. Or it's looking like let's see. What should we call him? I don't know. Alright, so we're going to darken this. And then we're going to erase this. There we go. All right, so we kind of have the facial shape in the neck, okay? We keep it light until we get it right. I put that line down the center because it helps me figure out which direction that the head is going, okay? And it helps me get proportional on there. If you need another minute to kind of finish this up, please pause and go ahead, and then we'll go head over to the eyes. All right, now let's head on to the eyes, okay? As we can see from the this side, how they break it down is very simple, okay? Most people will start with the one side, okay? Excuse me, the arch, the football, okay? And then they'll go into putting the stuff. But it's actually different, okay? You want to actually start with the iris. So we're gonna outline this one, and then we're gonna kind of do both of these, all right? By the way, I purposely made these eyes go in different ways so you kind of get out of your element, okay? All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna find the pupil, okay? The pupil is the color part. Oh no, excuse me. The pupil is the black part, and the iris is the color part, okay? So the iris is the circle, okay? So we're going to outline that, and then we're going to put the pupil. By the way, you don't want too big, too small. Okay, this one actually has quite a bit of light coming in, okay? So this means that the person is getting a lot of light on them, so the pupil is kind of small. Where this one, a little hard to see, but you know, this one's a little bit more average. The light is just right, so the pupil is just perfect. If it was too bright, it would be too small. If it would be dark, it would be very large, okay? This also might indicate that you might also have a headache, too. Well, happens. Okay, so we have this. Now, what we're going to put in is we're going to put in the top lid and the bottom lip and the eye duct, okay? So we're going to start with the eye duct right there. So you pointed that out, all right? That's where I call where the eye buggers are. I know, it's gross. So we have this curve, and you notice that it's actually cutting off the top of the iris, and it's coming down, okay? So it actually cuts. Now this one hugs the bottom. You don't actually see the very bottom of the iris, okay? And it kind of like stops right here, okay? Beautiful. So we're going to have that connected. Now, so far so good. Next, so it kind of goes through. I know that they kind of jump through and they don't put it here, but we're gonna put the lid. The lid actually starts a little bit, kind of like at the same time the eye duct does. So we're gonna go here, up, and each person's has a little bit different. They might show more or show less. Okay. All right, and at the end, it kind of like stops before the end of the your eye. All right, and the last thing is the shading under here. Okay, so all of this, where you tend to have that lower lip, it's very light, and okay, it's almost like this, very very light. Can you even see that? I can't even see that. Woo! Yeah, it's very light, but we'll put it in. Okay, so far so good. Last thing is eyelashes. Good. Eyelashes are very small and they're light, okay? And what they do is they actually curve. Don't make eyelashes like this. I don't know why people would want eyelashes like that, but you don't, okay? All right, so let's go in. Let's start this. Circle. Iris is done. Pupil is in. Now remember, light to right, okay? We're going to put in here, cutting off the top, down. Now I'm going to go this, where I'm going to cut the bottom. I'm going to go up. And then we're going to come in. I'm going to put a little eye duct, which is a curve. You're like, well, Mrs. Smith, this doesn't look right. Oh, give us some time. Let's erase this top one. Here we are. Fill in this. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, next, let's put in that eyelid. Okay. kind of follow the curve of the eye. There we are. All right. Now this, you kind of put that in nice and lightly and smudge it just a hair. It's not like we want a real line there. We just want to indicate that it's there. Okay. Like Mrs. Smith still doesn't look like it. Getting there. Let's put in some light eyelashes. Okay. This I know this is a guy and this is a girl. Okay. He doesn't have so many, so we're not going to put in so many. I'm going to keep them kind of light. Like, okay, Mrs. Smith still doesn't look real. Ready? Here we go. This guy I know had like light green, light blue eyes. So we tend to see more of these lines in here. So we're going to put that there and we're going to put some shading around. Okay. And then we're going to put some shadows underneath the eyelid. Over here. And it will seem more 3D. Okay? And we'll put some darker here. And it really will start to do. Now the only time you want to use your eraser to really brighten it up is when it's like stark white. See how like this is really white? That is that stark white. Okay? Other than that, it's all shading. Or it's all coloring in. That's it. Okay? Beautiful. Okay, now what I want you to do, get that eye. Oh my gosh. That's a definite. Do. I want you to do this. Do on your own, okay? I want you to map it out, okay? And then I want you to draw. All right? And yes, when you're done, shade. Okay? So pause the video here, complete this one, and then you'll be ready to go to the next one. All right, so now on to eyebrows. Eyebrows are actually pretty easy to do, okay? As you can kind of see, there are different types of eyebrows, okay? Yes, some are more, manicured and some are more natural. It depends on the person that you're drawing, okay? When we're creating them, this is how the best way to do it, okay? Is you take your pencil and you map out the direction of where it's going. Okay, so this one is actually up and it arches, where this one is more on a curve. Okay, so we kind of have like a so this guy kind of has a soft kind of, I guess, arch, or almost like a straight. This one has definitely a high arch. Okay, so we're gonna put them in now. If we kind of notice, they're kind of thicker in the beginning. Okay, and they kind of like trail, kind of like fade out, okay? They are small little lines, okay? And when you put in eyebrows, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to do little lines. Okay? Thicker. And this one, yes, this one is more natural. So we're going to put it, okay? I'm not going to say they're out of control, although they do seem one. Although this guy, believe it or not, he's a model. I don't know. I think that's what it was. But it's okay. And you'll notice that I'm kind of curving them. It's because they do lay against the body, so they do have kind of like a curve. Okay, they're not straight up and down. And that's pretty much it. Eyebrows, there's not much to it. They tend to go right before the eyes. So if the eye was starting, it would be right here. Okay, where they end is slightly, off to the side of the eye. So your eye would actually fit in right here, right above where you have the eye duct. Okay, and that's pretty much it with the eyebrow. If you need a little bit more time, now it's time to pause and we'll get going, finish up, and then we'll go to the next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're really cruising on, okay? So next one is the mouth. Mouth is actually pretty easy to draw. Although I've definitely seen some wonky mouths over the years. I'm going to kind of, go over it. It's pretty easy. So what they're suggesting is that we start with an actual circle. Okay, excuse me, square. But there are some circles that kind of go with it. Okay, so let's go through. Now, how you do your triangle is based off of how this top part goes, where the points that come up. Okay, so we can kind of see that this one comes up here. Okay, comes down over. Where this guy is a little bit tighter. Okay, all right. So they're suggesting that we put a circle at the top, right in between, almost in line with the two bumps. Okay, and we have two circles underneath. Okay, there we are. And then we're able to put the crease, goes down and around, and then we're able to put in the bump at the top, down and over. The bottom, and it curves up. And you're like, okay, Mrs. Smith, let's check this out. Okay, so first thing we need to know is what kind of triangle we're going to do. So we're going to go through, put this triangle in. Remember, light to right. Draw this all light so you can erase this. Okay, we're going to put this circle right here. We're going to have two circles here. Okay, there you go. I'm actually drawing my lips a little bigger, which is okay. All right, so then we're going to put the curve here and down, okay? Up, up, curves down, okay? This one goes under and curves up. Now, where does this curve up? Okay, you may notice that your bottom lip doesn't quite meet, well, it meets it in the corner, but we only see the pink part and it stops like a hair before the top lip. Okay, so we're going to stop it and we're not even going to continue it. We're just going to let the imagination continue it, okay? So let the imagine kind of continue it. All right, so I'm going to erase some of this excess lines. There we are. Go in, soften my lines up. Okay. All right. Notice, it's a good smile, right? But what we want to do is we kind of want to put in some shading. So on the top, we're going to put some shading, okay? Where we have the shadows. All right, there we go. Bottom lip, we're going to have a little bit of shading. Looks like a lip, right? Okay, this guy, please note that his lips are wider. This one did arch down, where this guy is going to stay fuller at the top and all the way through. So I'm going to have you do this one on your own, okay? You have to, 1, map, 2, draw, 3, shade. All right, take a moment, pause the video, and go ahead and complete the mouth. Okay, so I want to talk about hair. Generally, hair, comes all sorts of shapes and sizes. Some people have thick hair, some have thin hair, some have curly, some have wavy. What we want to do is we want to create the illusion that there is hair here, okay? Now, as you can kind of tell, hair does not lay exactly straight onto the head, okay? It's not plastered to the head. The only time it's plastered to the head is when there's no hair. Dramatic, right? So it actually puffs up. So what we're going to do is you're going to actually just copy one of these, okay? Actually, you're going to copy two on the two different head models that we have. Okay, so I'm going to do one with you, and then I'll do one over here with you. And then you'll be able to do the other ones. So I'm just going to stick with the first one that's up top. All right. So hair, as you can kind of see, all right, we see most of the face. So we're going to take this and we're going to lightly divide your face, okay? And I'm going to find the half mark, okay? So half mark, like, how do I figure out the half mark? Well, what I do is I kind of like estimate, okay? So I'm going to kind of estimate, yeah, that kind of looks about right, okay? Your eyes are in the center of your head, okay? So just so you know, your eyes are in the center of your head, okay? Where does your hair begin? Okay, well, that's a little trickier, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to find, oh, how do I describe this? It's almost like a third, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to imagine we're going to go up a little bit. We're going to imagine the eyebrows are just a teeny bit. Okay. How do we do this? We're going to take half of that and go up. Actually, let me basically tell you a different way. Just drop it down a little bit. There you go. Just drop it down, and then you'll be able to put the hair. Now, does that always happen? No, because we know that some people have receding hairlines. That means that it's starting to pull back, the line that we have. Okay, you'll see this in guys. You might see this in older women, or honestly, if you always pull your hair back, ballerinas have this happen actually because they pulled their hair tight so back, their hairline actually recedes. So it's just like I want to say maybe it's how would I say this? About a fifth down, okay? There we go. So let's go and do this. Girls' hair parts and guys' hair parts, really, it depends on the person. So I'm going to start on this one, and I'm going to curve it down, curve it around, and then it poofs. So we're going to have it poof just a little bit above the hair, okay? Down and around. Okay, and this is going to come here, and it's going to poof a little bit, and it's going to come out a little bit more right here. Okay, now how do we do ears? Okay, so ears, I'm just going to say for now, they're going to stay close to the side of your head. They are like half slivers of an oval, actually. Okay, so we have this. If we need to, we can curve it around. Back of your hair, back here is a little bit darker, okay? In the front, you don't want to necessarily want to put every strand in. You just kind of want to put it where it might be a little bit darker. So I'm going to put a few strands in, just indicating that the hair is going this way, okay? That's it. That's it. That's all you got for the hair, okay? All right, do another one here. For guys, let's do, oh boy, what do we want to do? Let's do this, you want this guy? Okay, fine, we'll do that. All right, same thing. Find the center of the eyes. So let's see if that works. Yep, that works. Okay. Okay, there we are. And then we'll drop it down. Now, guys, just to let you know, you tend to have sideburns, and sometimes you see hair behind right here. Even if, excuse me, okay, you have short hair, sometimes you might see a little bit of hair back here. So we're going to go in and we're going to put some hair. I'm going to find the hairline. Excuse me. I'm doing this video in the morning, and my voice just wants to like go a little crazy. And we're just going to put where the hair is going. Okay? It's kind of like cool hair. I don't know. So we're going to put the direction of where the hair is happening. Okay. And the back is kind of like crazy all over the place. All right. Put in a couple directional hair. if you have darker hair, the directional hair will need to be a little bit darker, okay? I think this guy's like swooping his hair over. Maybe it's like, maybe he slept on it. I don't know. Differently. Okay, so we have there. That's better. Now, remember, second one you're gonna do. Okay, do. And then, so yeah, basically just do. So map eyes. Okay, we know that it's in the center of the head. And then just do 1, 2. Do the hair. All right, pause the video and complete those 2 hairs. And you can pick anyone up there. By the way, this guy can't be bald. Sorry. All right, we're now made it to the end where we're going to start placing things where they need to be, okay? And then you're going to be putting it together. Your head has a lot of proportion to it, okay? And you've probably learned over the years certain things. But we're going to kind of go through and we're going to break it down so it's not too overwhelming for you. Now, we know that we have the circle, okay? And I was putting the circle a little bit differently, but it's okay. So we know that we need to put the outline, the circle, and then put the jawline in, okay? Once you have that together, then we can start putting this together. So I want everyone, this is going to be kind of like a one where you're going to watch and draw. There's, so that's how it is. Okay, so we're going to start off with, pardon me, still trying to clear my throat. Let's start off with a circle. Everyone, nice big old circle, nice and light. Okay, jawline. So we're gonna put in our straight line. And I notice my circle's not perfect. It's okay. We're gonna put that jawline in, and you can put your jawline however you want. You want more dramatic? Fine with me. Don't care. We're gonna put it around. Beautiful. But for this one, I am not going to erase my center line just yet. All right. I kind of want like a jawline that looks like, yeah, we'll have a jawline that looks like this. Perfect. Okay, so first things first, we got to figure out where the center of the head is, okay? So what I tend to do is, you might see me go like this. What I'm trying to do is kind of gauge it, okay? So da 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 da. Okay. Some people will get out a ruler. Honestly, you don't really need to. You just kind of figure that one out. Okay, so this center line, the horizontal center line, is our eye line. Eye line. All right. Beautiful. So it kind of goes through the, almost like the bottom of the eye, which is fine. Okay, so let's now figure out some other stuff. Okay, so we can kind of like measure some stuff out. We can see that half of this is where our nose should be. So we're going to measure out. So let's see. Oh, it's actually right there. So nose is half. Okay, so we have half there. So this is our nose line. Okay, actually, we're going to put, this is half of head, not face, head, okay? And this is half of this, all right? Half, okay? Now, the lips, all right? Now, let's check this out, okay? We can kind of see that, you see where this, it's like the nose compared to the chin, okay? What's going on here is they're claiming, okay, that our lips, the bottom of the lip is half of this. Okay, well then that's fine. Easy way is sometimes I'll put fingers up and we'll kind of figure that out. So I can tell you, oh, there we go. We got to start the day. We're going to put that there. Okay, so this is bottom of lips. So this one is at the 1/4 line. Okay, so far so good, right? All right, now to figure out the hairline. All right. So the hairline, what I have kind of figured out, okay, is what I'll do is I'll put the, right above the eye line is the eyebrows, okay? I find that the eyebrows, let's see. There you go. Not Oops, sorry for that. I just had to grab something. Okay, so I found that with the eyebrows, it tends to be from the eyebrows to the chin, and then you go to the top of the lips, and it kind of gives you a general idea of where your hairline should be. So I'm going to kind of like, I put this line in. So bottom of the lips, okay. Now this is where you got to kind of guess. Take this space, go up on where the lips are. You're going to kind of like give it a one up here. Honestly, if that doesn't work, you see the space, that little space in between, that 1/4? It's kind of like a 1/4 down, okay? You know, lopsided noggin up here. So this is kind of like about a quarter. I'm going to say about a quarter to about a fifth. Okay, up there. All right. What else do we need to know? Where does everything else? Okay, so here's the deal. Your ears, okay? Your eyes are 1/5 of your head, okay? The entire thing. This also includes your ears, okay? Because you notice that the your eyes, okay, and well, excuse me, let's back up. Your head actually tapers in, okay? So we kind of need to do that. How do we do that, Mrs. Smith? Okay, I tend to use my fingers, okay? And what I'll do is I might have to spread it out, okay, and kind of like gauge. All right, so could I fit another finger right here? Sure. Could I fit? Sure. If I move them out a little bit, could I fit another finger here and here and get the ears? Possibly. Yes, I could. So then I'm going to just kind of measure them out. Okay? Like, what? It's crazy. It is. Okay? It's like my little own hack. Okay? So you have enough space for your ears. Okay? You don't want ears popping out. Okay? No one is Dumbo. Okay? At all. All right? So, how do I know if they're the same? Okay, I'll take like my widest finger might be my thumb. Like, can I put them in nice and evenly? I can. They all kind of fit. Up, that one might need to move over here. Ears would be perfect right there. Like, my ears don't, go out that far. It's okay. We can have them fold in a little bit. Okay, so we're going to put them in. So this is where the eyes are going to be. Okay, here we are. So, eyes. They fall within this one. So an eye goes here. Remember, eye duct, curved, comes up and over, down. Remember, we want to definitely put in the pupil. Okay, there. Still looks creepy because it's not done. Okay. Next, eyebrows. They start a little bit before. Okay. You gotta tell me by drawing what is the arch. This is still looking really creepy. Let me actually do the eye. Because if not, it's gonna be creepy. There we are. I'm gonna put some shading in. And of course we gotta put some like eyelashes. And some shading underneath. There we go. Little less creepier. A lot less creepier. Okay, so we have that. Remember, eyebrows are a little bit in, and they kind of come a little bit out. Okay, there we go. And they're bigger here. Nose. How wide are the noses? Okay, generally, okay, some people have a little bit larger noses. It's okay. If you go straight down from the eye ducts, that's kind of how wide you want your nose to be. They can be a little bit wider? Sure. That means they're shorter and they're probably closer to your face and a little wider. Could they be a little bit, skinnier? Sure. That means it might be more, it might stick out more. It's just fine. Remember, start with the circle, go up, and you're fine. Okay? Your lips, the triangle. Okay? Remember, you need to go see how wide your triangle is. Generally, the edge of where your pupils are, actually right inside of it. right a little bit inside. Okay? Inside is where the edge of your, okay, I'm going to write inside of pupil. Okay. Is where the crease goes. Okay, so we kind of know where the crease goes. Remember that the lower lip stops before, okay, and the upper lip goes kind of like tapers out to the end. Okay. Neck. Remember, you got to see what your person's neck is. Okay. A little bit in. Ear. A little bit in. Down. A little bit in. Down. All right. Ears. Okay. Take your eyebrow, go across. Take your nose, go across. You already know how wide it's going to be. Okay? That is where your ear is. Look at the person's ear. Is it attached or is it not attached? Curve up like a C. That's really it. Okay? And that pretty much is it. And then you go and put your hair in and you're good to go. What about some shading to make it really realistic? Yes. You're going to have like possibly here cheekbones, remember? You can make it out like that, make it a little bit darker. See how on Mr. Rogers, there's a little bit shading here. And then we have these curves here for his smile. It's just shading. That's it. Even underneath here, where you see like a little shading here, this is just shading underneath the lips. That's it. It's just a teeny bit of shading. Underneath the neck. Make it pop out. It's a little shading. Okay? Okay, woo! That was wild. I bet you guys can tell what time I'm actually making this video. Okay, so now what you're going to do is I want you to go through and I want you to put this all together. Now that you know where the proportions are and everything, go through, map it out. Mapping it out should be lightly, okay? Because then as you kind of build up your drawing, then you'll get darker. So like as you put in your lips, notice how I can put it in a little bit darker, okay? As you do your eyes, they'll get a little bit darker, okay? Because then at the end, all you have to do is just erase the lines and that will be it, okay? So take this time. You're going to draw Mr. Rogers, okay? When you're finished, then please go and take pictures of each one of the sides and go ahead and upload it and you're all finished.